From the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Friday, January 15th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. There was a shooting early this morning in Wilkes-Barre. It happened outside the Passion Lounge near the intersection of Scott and Kidder Streets in the East End about 2 o'clock this morning. Police haven't released the victim's name, but said he was likely targeted and shot at close range. He was taken to a local hospital. No word yet on whether police have any suspects. Hazleton police have arrested the third suspect in a weekend house burglary. 18-year-old Joshua Javier Mitchell had been identified as the third suspect in a break-in which happened just before 1 a.m. Sunday on Seibert Street. Just after midnight this morning, Mitchell was seen near 3rd and Church Streets. Police picked him up. He's in county prison now, and the two other suspects, 20-year-old Andy Paduani and 17-year-old male juvenile, were picked up during the burglary, trying to run away. Hazleton police arrested a man for a break-in on North Wyoming Street Thursday night. 19-year-old Stefan Reese was charged with an attempted burglary at Bob's Sporting Goods. He was taken into custody around 10:30 last night. A Hazleton man is accused of threatening two victims for testifying. 39-year-old Omar Negron Rivera was with 2 counts each of intimidating a victim and terroristic threats and arraigned by District Judge Rich Cronauer in Wilkes-Barre. He set bail at $100,000. Unable to post it, Negron Rivera was taken to county prison. A victim identified Negron Rivera as the man who threatened to kill him for testifying in court Wednesday at District Judge Joseph Zola's office in Hazleton. That case involved another man, Francisco Gonzalez Mojica. The victim says he attended his preliminary hearing and were confronted by several people. Negron Rivera among them, who said those who testified would, quote, die like rats, unquote. Hazleton police arrested Gonzalez Mojica in another witness intimidation case involving a stabbing. 3 people were arrested after a drug investigation in Berwick. The Berwick Police Department, in conjunction with the Pennsylvania Office of the Attorney General, investigated a heroin distribution ring at 377 LaSalle Street. A warrant was executed on January 14th, and Denzel Martin Timothy Anderson and Jay Wise Jr. were taken into custody. $740 in cash along with 61 packets of heroin were discovered and seized as evidence. 40 packets of heroin and $540 were also found as a result of a search and seizure warrant issued for 1025 Rear West Front Street. Martin and Anderson were charged with possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance and criminal conspiracy. They were taken to the Columbia County Prison. Jay Wise had an active warrant arrest and was also taken to the prison. All 3 are awaiting arraignments. Sugarloaf Township Police released photos of an accident that occurred on Wednesday on Route 93 just north of West County Road. When they arrived on scene, they found the windshield of the vehicle smashed. According to police, the driver struck a deer and it went through the windshield, struck the driver, and the deer came to rest in the back seat of the car. No word on the severity of the driver's injuries. Police are reminding everyone to be alert while driving. Former Gilberton Police Chief Mark Kessler must go to court on charges arising from 2 separate incidences in 2015. That's the ruling from Tremont District Judge David Rossi. Kessler, who was also a North Schuylkill School Board member, will face charges of terroristic threats, harassment, and disorderly conduct in one case and harassment in the second. Frackville police charged Kessler after he allegedly threatened and harassed Shannon Hyber in August. She testified that Kessler followed her along Route 61, starting in Newcastle Township, making angry gestures, and pulled up next to her at a traffic light and showed a gun in a threatening manner. In the other incident, Kessler is accused of threatening and harassing William Creasy in a supermarket. Rossi allowed Kessler to remain free on $10,000 unsecured bail in each case, but conditioned his bail on having no contact with either victim. Kessler made a name for himself a few years ago in a series of podcasts and online interviews in which he touted his ownership and use of high-powered rifles and political views. He later said it was all an act and that he was in the employ of a federal agency and trying to flush out extremists. Retired Luzerne County Judge Gifford Capellini has died. He took his seat on the bench in 1986 and spent 20 years as a judge, retiring in 2006. He served 10 years as a judge and another 10 as a senior judge during his time on the bench. Capellini presided over a number of high-profile cases, including the homicide trials of Glenn Wolfsteffer and Larry and Leona Cottom. Gifford Capellini was 90 years old. Well, it's time now for a first look at our forecast. The weekend is upon us, and many are hoping for another weekend without snow. Gary Perna is in for Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with the details. Gary, what can we expect?
Well, Ann, as you could see, for the past 24 hours, these temperatures are on the rise. You know, we said yesterday that we were starting to get this little bit of a warming trend over the next couple days. Well, that holds true going into the weekend, where we see some warmer temperatures. And when we come back in just a little bit, we'll talk about what it means for this weekend, the rain that we are getting, and when temperatures will dip down to freezing again. We'll have all that coming up for you in just a few moments. Ann?
Thanks, Gary. Coming up next, Governor Tom Wolf was in Drums this morning during his Jobs That Pay tour, and we'll hear from him. That and much more coming up here on WYLN.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, Weather with meteorologist Joe Garbacik, Sports with Eric DeBerardinis and Gabriella Justin.
Hi, I'm Donna Palermo, Secretary of Palermo Heart to Heart. We are now recruiting businesses, nonprofits, and individuals who carry beads of courage to encourage children or teens who have cancer or who are coping with other serious chronic illnesses to participate in the program. Inside each Carry a Bead kit is a matched bead set. Every time you carry a bead, you connect with the child. You keep and collect the other bead as a symbol of your commitment to care. If you or your business would like to participate in Beads of Courage, please visit our website listed on the screen.
Boy, I hope I win tonight.
Why?
It's tax time, and I have to get my taxes done.
Well, why don't you try Honest Abe's tax service? The most you'll pay is $75 to $125. They say don't stress, pay less.
What's that name again?
Honest Abe's Business and Tax Service. 310 South Church Street, Hazleton, 570-861-8297.
Ice presents Dare to Dream, presented by Stonyfield Yo Kids Organic Yogurt. Nothing can stop a princess from a celebration of royal proportions. Rapunzel, Cinderella, Snow White, and Tiana are tangled together in a spectacular ice show with the Disney princesses you love. Bring your royal family for a jazzed-up, hair-raising, princess-packed adventure live in your hometown.
Tickets start at $15. Restrictions and charges may apply. Now playing at Mohegan Sun Arena. Visit Ticketmaster today.
Governor Tom Wolf made a stop in Drums this morning at web.com in the Can-Do Corporate Center. WYLN was there with the governor. During his Jobs That Pay tour, Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf stopped at web.com, a business in the Can-Do Industrial Park in Drums. Governor Wolf said web.com is a prime example of what he hopes for Pennsylvania, bringing more jobs back to America from overseas. In the next few weeks, web.com hopes to hire 74 more employees, bringing their total count to 350 people. Governor Wolf had the opportunity to learn about the business and hear from the employees this morning.
These jobs are coming from actually Manila, the Philippines, and they're coming on shore for some really good reasons. The workforce is going to be better here. They've actually done statistical analysis. The customers are more satisfied with the work that's already going on here. So this is a big deal for Pennsylvania. And what I think it shows is two things. First of all, we need to get the basics right. The attraction for this area is, other than the natural beauty, good people who live here, and they have good skills, and the real opportunities for companies like this to find good talent here.
Governor Wolf said bringing jobs back to America from overseas is becoming a trend that is positive for the people of Pennsylvania.
Productivity is really high in the United States, and so this is I think a big trend. People tried the alternative, it didn't work as well, and we're coming back to the United States. And I want them to come here to Pennsylvania.
Mary Malone, president of the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, was excited to hear that the business plans on expanding and that more jobs will be coming to the area.
I would say, again, yes, jobs and offshore jobs coming back right to the Greater Hazleton area is very exciting. And the interesting thing is that the jobs that are coming back, and the purpose here at this web.com facility, specifically the tie into small businesses, and not only with our small businesses in the Greater Hazleton area, but all across the nation and the world, in fact.
But what about keeping family-sustaining jobs in PA? Governor Wolf says it's not about the jobs, it's about getting good jobs here in PA.
The private sector is the generator of those jobs, and I think we in government need to do what we can to promote companies like this who will bring good paying jobs to places like this. Government can't do this on its own. Government can support companies like this and showcase companies like this who are doing things like providing good family sustaining jobs in places like Drummond and help that with the tax credits and the grants that we have, can help that by making sure we have a strong education system. I'm selling here. And that we have good infrastructure and all the things that a good, healthy economy needs. We need to do all those things. And I think if we do those things right, the private sector will do the things that they're doing here.
Senator John Gordner and State Representative Tara Toohill were also at this morning's event, and both agree that this is a positive step for Pennsylvania.
This is a perfect example of a public-private partnership. We have an entity that saw an opportunity to reshore some jobs. We have government programs such as tax credits and the WEDNET program, help with the career link in order to assist them to do that. And as a result, we have, 70-some new jobs that are coming to the area that'll greatly benefit us. I think it's a win-win situation.
People in the Hazleton area should be very excited about this. The fact that there were jobs in another country and that they're getting reshored here to come back to the U.S., but also to come back to Pennsylvania and to the Hazleton area where we're all from. So it's very exciting. I think that there should be a lot of hope. We hope that this is going to be something that's going to continue, a movement that we're having, that people are going to say, you know what, customer satisfaction isn't very good when you get stuck on a phone call and you get transferred to someone in a different country, and that right here in Pennsylvania and right here in the Hazleton area, there are qualified people that can help you on the phone.
Matthew Metrick, the Director of Customer Service at Web.com, says the hiring of new people is positive for the area.
It's a tremendous opportunity for the area, and it's a great accomplishment for our company to bring those jobs here. I think the community itself is really excited about bringing all those jobs here. I mean, it's 77 jobs. We have some higher level titles that are in there as well. So it's not just base level jobs. I mean, we have supervisor, managers, trainers, a whole bunch of other things. So great for the community, great for everything.
Governor Wolf says he hopes to see more positive businesses like this in Pennsylvania who wish to continue hiring more people. The governor also added that he hopes that the younger generations stay in the area to work to make Pennsylvania better. Coming up next, Gary Perna is back with a full look at our forecast, plus a look at a local business celebrating 150 years. Stay tuned.
Your body was made to move, fluidly and with ease. If the need for joint replacement surgery has stopped you in your tracks, it's time for a plan that can put you back in motion faster. The area's most experienced surgeons, the region's only nationally ranked program. That's Orthopedics in Action at Lehigh Valley Health Network.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care for safe, friendly, qualified care. Call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
All right, not too bad of a day outside today. It was probably the first day you really didn't need to wear a big winter jacket to head out today. Not bad. Currently out there, pretty nice. 37 in Boston, 47 up in New York, 50 coming in as well. But look at this, you know, all week I've been showing you this graphic for a reason, because all week the low temperatures have been moving. Yesterday it was kind of down a little bit lower and kind of stood here through the Virginias. Now kind of moved up a little bit, and we got some of that warm air here in Pennsylvania. The past 24 hours not looking too bad. 39 in Wilkes-Barre as high, 43 out in Selinsgrove, and also 39 in State College. So lows for the past 24 hours, not really that low from what we've been talking about all week. 22 in Wilkes-Barre and 20 in Williamsport, where in the beginning of the week we were seeing these lows into the teens and even single digits in some areas of the state. Live radar not picking up anything in our area, but we are picking up stuff just south, Schuylkill County, down here near Harrisburg coming in. So we are going to expect some rain tonight into tomorrow. So it's starting to creep into our area. So what are we looking at for the next 48 hours? Well, just basically on Friday night, Saturday, we saw a little bit of rain to kind of push through here. And then again on Sunday, we saw the rain up here. That is what's going to give us our precipitation over the next 48 hours and bringing it to, now going backwards to the past 6 hours. This is kind of what moved in. And as we saw the little bit of rain coming in through here, okay, that's what's going to move up overnight and into our area. And then again on Sunday, we're going to have a high that moves down and brings us some rain as well. Currently 36 degrees outside our Wyln studios. The wind chill makes it feel like 30. That wind's blowing at 10 miles per hour now out of the southeast. Currently 39 in Avoca and 36 Mount Pocono, 43 down in Allentown. So tonight's conditions not looking too bad. Well, plus the rain. 35 in Wilkes-Barre, 31 in Mount Pocono, 34 in Allentown, 32 in Williamsport. Now tomorrow, that rain will continue off and on throughout the day. 43 is a high in Wilkes-Barre, 41 in Selinsgrove. So we really shouldn't have to worry about too much of a freezing factor. The temperatures are going to stay above freezing at night tonight into Saturday. What can we expect rain-wise through Saturday? Not a whole lot. 25 hundredths of an inch in Shenandoah, 24 hundredths of an inch in Tamaqua, 26 hundredths here in Hazleton, but it's going to rain, so it's going to wipe away all that snow that's on the ground out there, well, that we had for the last day or so. All right, your 7-day forecast calling for rain and fog on Saturday. Sunday not looking too bad with 33. Monday through Friday not looking too bad either. Those lows, though, they're going to get low again overnight into the teens. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Do-it-yourself stores may be fine for garden hoses and 2x4s, but appliances? Those guys may know these washers, but Grand Central knows these washers, and ranges, and refrigerators, and more. GE and GE Profile appliances are designed to reflect the modern approach to style, with clean lines and a streamlined look for today's kitchens. So for wood screws and wheelbarrows, go ahead, do it yourself. But for the right appliances at the right price, let Grand Central do it for you.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicapped accessible, with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget, restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
Hi, I'm Bill Washko. Join me for Let's Talk Chiropractic when our guest, Rick Ryder, professional wrestler, will be on with Dr. Stacy and Dr. John. Only on WYLN TV 35.
The oldest media outlet in Hazleton is hitting a milestone anniversary. WYLN's Gary Perna has more with the Standard Speakers Operations Manager.
For 150 years, the Hazleton Standard Speaker has been bringing the greater Hazleton area news and information, from the best times in history to some of the worst. Operations Manager John Patton said looking back over the 150 years have been very fun.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, the more in depth you go, the more you learn. And I've been here a little over 20 years, and I've seen a ton of changes. We've had people who have been here 40 or 50 years. You talk about someone who's been in the business 50 years, and it's 3 times that long that this paper's been providing Hazleton and its readers. The news of the day. So it really is interesting. I mean, I can't tell people enough to make sure you get out there and get a copy of it, multiple copies, because once they're gone, they're gone.
This weekend, a special edition of the paper will come out highlighting some of the biggest stories over the 150 years that the Standard Speaker brought us, the readers.
The front pages in the first section really walk you through it. I mean, I was there. Like, we had to take them up. We had to scan them in. They didn't all make there's only about 10 or 11 in there, so they didn't all make this production. You can see them online, but walking through those papers, the Kennedy assassination, the September 11th, those kind of things, really bring back a lot of memories. And I think that from that standpoint, when they talk about a picture, I mean, some of the pictures are just so riveting that when you look at them, it really takes you back to that day. People will remember where they were, when those events happen. And I think that's what's important here is, sometimes, history blurs, some of the facts. This will bring people back to what actually happened. And
Patton said on Monday the paper will be printed like it was printed back in 1866.
Monday's paper will be in the fashion of the first edition, and I'll give you a little hint. But if you look on the top right corner, you'll find out how many papers have been printed since then. It is again, this is the start of it. It's a year-long celebration. This is the start. It'll be the subscribers will get it on Saturday. It'll be available on the newsstand on Sunday, and then on Monday will be a recreation of that first paper.
Throughout 2016, the paper will be running specials with a number of businesses taking part in celebrating the paper. The Hazleton Standard Speaker has stood the test of time. So how have they done it?
And I think it's easy to cut a piece out of the paper, take it with you, put it on your refrigerator. The kids' pictures in the paper. Maybe from a sporting event or a spelling bee. I think that's what it is. It's a place where I think people can go and they can feel comfortable about it, and also they know that it's something they can trust.
2016 marks 150 years for the Hazleton Standard Speaker, and all year long there'll be special editions of the newspaper going out to their customers, all to remember the times gone by here in Hazleton. Happy 150th anniversary to the paper. In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you, Gary. And as Gary just said, we here at WYLN would like to congratulate the Standard Speaker and all of our friends there on 150 years. Well, coming up next, Eric DeVerdinis is in with sports here on WYLN. Plus, our Gary Perna will have one final look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
Disney on Ice presents Dare to Dream, presented by Stonyfield Yo Kids. Join Rapunzel, Cinderella, Snow White, and Tiana in this live princess-packed ice show.
Tickets start at $15, now playing at Mohegan Sun Arena.
WYLN TV 35 has strong ties to the community, as evident in its commitment to important causes like the American Cancer Society and Helping Hand Society telethons. WYLN's commitment to northeastern Pennsylvania continues with a broadcast of Hazleton's Funfest Parade and both the Christmas and St. Patrick's Day parades in Wilkes-Barre. In the summer, we broadcast the Weatherly and Giants of Spare Hill Climb, and throughout the year, we provide important community services through the broadcast of town meetings, school board meetings, election night coverage, and other events. WYLN, we're your local network.
Holy Redeemer at MMI. Last year, it was one of the top matchups all season long. And this year, the game back on WYLN. Tonight at 7:30, we will bring you Royals versus Preppers live from Freeland. In 2015, Redeemer topped MMI 65-62 in double overtime, but each team lost their top scorer from last season, Darius Washington for the Royals and Corey Rogers for Prep. In 2016, it appears to be a very even matchup yet again. Both teams are currently 1-2 in conference play. Holy Redeemers averaging 43 points a game in league play, with MMI averaging 44 a night. John Carr and Joey Judge players to watch for the Royals, and look out for Ed Herbner and John Stish on MMI side. Again, tune in tonight for live boys basketball action right here at 7:30 on WYLN. Ben McAdoo has met with the New York media before, just never as head coach of the Giants. So today, his introductory press conference was a bit different.
Thank you all for coming today. I'm honored here to stand in front of you as the 17th coach in New York Giants history. You know, it's been a privilege and an honor, the last 2 years to serve under Tom. He's made a big impact in my life as a coach and as a person. This fan base is tough. It's passionate and deserves a winner. This is the capital of the world, and this is the football capital of the world. And with that comes a certain amount of pressure, pressure that I look forward to, our staff and our players will look forward to. To accomplish that, 4 things need to take place, 4 elements. The first is strong leadership. The second is that we need to surround that leadership with talented men and women of integrity. Third, a positive working environment needs to be created, starting and maintained with myself, and it needs to inspire teaching, learning, and accountability. The last element is comprehensive structure and function.
Tonight on Late Edition Sports, more on the McAdoo hiring, as you'll hear from Giants GM Jerry Reese and President John Mara. News from teams still playing. Pittsburgh running back D'Angelo Williams and wide receiver Antonio Brown both ruled out for the Steelers' divisional round matchup with the Broncos on Sunday. Stay tuned. Coming up, Gary Perna is in with a final look at the forecast.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, and outside grill and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Watch Off the Beaten Path on WYLN TV 35 and discover the Pennsylvania you never knew existed.
WYLN is proud to announce a huge technical upgrade to our channels that will bring a better digital picture and expanded coverage area to viewers all over northeastern and central Pennsylvania. In addition to Channel 35.1 in Hazleton, you can watch a crystal clear picture in Berwick and Columbia County on Channel 47.1 and in East Stroudsburg on Channel 24.1. And we're proud to announce Pennsylvania's newest TV station, Channel 9.1 in Williamsport, serving Lycoming, Montour, Northumberland, and Union counties. Now more than ever, WYLN is your local network.
All right, as we go into tomorrow, we're going to see some rain. There's going to be fog low-lying tonight and tomorrow, but a high of 42. And then on Sunday, not looking too bad, but temperature's only going to get to 33 degrees. So, you know, the sun's going to return all next week. Hey, we'll take that. The temperatures, though, I wish were a little warmer, but those teens at night, that's what you got to watch out for. So make sure, you know, if you pipes freeze in your house, make sure you run water throughout the nights, especially on those low night temperatures to, you know, not cause any freezing and not cost you a lot of money later. But hey, it's Friday. We made it through the week.
We did.
And
it looks like
it's only
run
snowed
the pipes
once.
Now Sunday through.
Yeah, really. All next week it's going to be below freezing. So
that's all right. No flip flops. Joe's probably at home.
Yeah, he's missed out on that, but no flip flops for the foreseeable future.
No, but it is a nice week. Because
Yeah.
sometimes when you go outside, the sun's Sun warms a little bit, but
it really wasn't a bad week. I mean, today I really didn't have to wear that winter jacket to come into work. I actually just wore like my fleece, so it wasn't bad. But I'd be happy with 60s.
All that matters is it looks like a beautiful weekend, and we hope you enjoy yours. Have a good one.